Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well as always. So I'm on to do a reading to just help support the Twin Flame Collective. I feel a lot of positive shifts happening with the Divine Masculine Collective. I think that many of the feminines have done a lot of purging in the last few months. And I think that just energetically, many of you who resonate with the feminine energy, you're feeling more energized, more vital. I think that many of you who did experience like tower moments, especially with your divine masculine, maybe a lot of karmic situations were on the rise for you guys to learn some lessons. Many of you were hermiting. A lot of you have been exhausted also is what I'm feeling. But that is no longer an issue, okay? You guys are waking up early again, bouncing out of your bed without feeling like you need hours and hours and hours of sleep and still you feel tired. All of that is just coming to an end, okay? And a few important messages that I've been getting to share with you guys is to just be careful drinking like tap water. Like if you guys want to invest in like a Brita filter or just some kind of filtration system for your water, go ahead and do that. Like check out Amazon.com, or if you guys want to go in store and shop. But I'm getting that really important message because I don't know, I'm getting something around hair loss and tap water, and also making sure that you guys are taking vitamin like supplements as organically as you can, even if it means incorporating more fresh fruit into your diet. So get into the habit of keeping a fruit bowl, guys. And having stuff like that for breakfast, and just kind of push yourself to do it, especially if you're not like a person who likes to eat in the morning. You might just be content with your coffee. I think that a lot of you are being pushed in the direction to take care of like the insides of your body, okay? And this is going to have a lot to do with incorporating fresh food into your diet. So maybe many of you might have the habit of doing takeout a lot, or when you do sit down to eat a meal, there's very little fresh fruits and vegetables in your meal. You're being asked to incorporate that stuff more because it's really going to help alleviate a lot of symptoms that you're feeling around like depression and just fogginess, like you can't think clearly, you feel a little bit dazed. Like including a diet full of like I'm getting water, I don't know why, so maybe like a lot of fruits and vegetables that are filled with water, lots of watermelons, even like grapes if you guys can, mangoes, and just also again with this message with the water, drink a lot of water, but make sure that it's like filtered water, like clean water, okay? For the divine feminines, I know that a lot of you are getting your creative juices on and flowing, and it feels really good for you guys. And I have so many tips to share, guys. It's just a matter of organizing it. So I'm gonna try to maybe create a playlist where you guys can head over to that section of my channel and just get tips on how to get started with your projects, like whether you guys want to read tarot cards or not. I know a lot of you listen to tarot, and many of you have been inspired to buy your own decks or even to start seeing clients privately, things like that. And even if it has nothing to do with tarot, I've been getting messages about just exposing yourself to something new so that way you guys can continuously refresh and expand your skills and learn new skills. Because I feel like the world is shifting so much, and if you're on the twin flame journey, you know that it's an emotional roller coaster, and so many of you have been guided to just isolate or be more on your own, which is why sometimes going to work might be hard, because like just the energy that you feel, you can sense everything around you, and maybe being around people right now is not the best thing. So like let's say you guys are waking up in the mornings and like you're dreading going to work. What it could be is that because when you get there, you're just like a sponge for everyone's energy. So a lot of you are being pushed out of your regular routines and the way that you make money and see how much time you're dedicating to one place. Like things like that are going to come up for you guys, okay? And I think that this message is for both masculine and divine feminines. Like what I'm getting is that you guys are done with giving away so much of your time for the amount of money that you're getting. And it's almost like the universe is pushing you to make a choice to take care of yourself spiritually. And what that means is if you go to a workplace and you feel drained, you feel bored, you feel unbalanced, it's just every time you go there, you're just in a funk or you get into a place of despair. Those are subtle signs of your soul is calling you to fulfill purpose, okay? I'm going to get into some of these messages. These are keepers of the light, and I wanted it to pull some of the cards in this deck just because I wanted you guys to know that your guides are around you, and all it takes is like asking for assistance, asking for help. Subtly say in prayer or silent meditation that, I'm ready, lead me in the right direction, I am ready to receive. So we have Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. You see truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. And I think I shared this too in the eye card that came out of the Literary Witches Oracle deck. But many masculines are awakening to a lot of their psychic ability, and that may be why a lot of them are feeling very turned off from the places that they're in, like the cities that they live in, the jobs that they're doing, because many of you are feeling like there's something big out there for me and it's going to happen. I just don't know what it is or how I'm going to make it happen. But a lot of you are feeling this, and you're doing things that you've never done before. A lot of you are exploring things online. That's because of that psychic insight. It's almost like you see where it is you're going to be. You just don't exactly know how you're going to get there, but you keep getting hints along the way. For me, I started exploring the online world through wanting to write ebooks, and I went through the whole process of learning how to create an ebook cover. And I remember checking out Fiverr.com. And if you guys haven't been on Fiverr.com, check it out. But you basically go to Fiverr and you can communicate with a lot of people in different countries who, for a fee, they will provide you with book covers, or they will edit your books for you, or they will convert it to a Mobi file so that it can be read on Kindle, for example. And so I ended up learning that process. I wrote a cat ebook, but I had it ghost written for me. So I gave the person a lot of the ideas that I wanted, topics covered, and then I had someone write the book for me, send it back, and it was all prepared, and I posted it on Amazon. And I'll share the link with you guys. If you guys want to support my cat book, that'd be awesome. I think I've got it on for 99 cents. But it was one of the first projects I ever took on that was so different from what I was doing in my regular job. And now that I look back and seeing that I'm on YouTube now, I'm like, okay, that's where that was taking me. So don't take your projects for granted, guys. And it was such a big accomplishment for me. I mean, I probably did not get any sales on the book other than my friends and family who bought it and left me a review. But just the fact that I was able to go through the whole process and see that it wasn't that hard to create an ebook and sell it on Amazon. And if I can do it, any of you can do it, okay? Because I went from working in customer service, knowing absolutely nothing about what it takes to be on YouTube, to all of a sudden following my psychic insight and following those nudges and paying attention to the fact that I felt miserable, getting up every day and having to commute and go to work. And, it's I was being pushed to do more, but it's because I was kicking my feet on it, the universe definitely orchestrated events that made me I was literally pushed out of there. So yeah, a lot of you are getting the insight to just go forward and try new things and take the risk. And as uncomfortable as it feels, keep going, keep trying stuff. I had to learn what Fiverr was. I took a course by Stephen James. I'll try to share a lot of these links that I'm talking about in the comment section. But, there's a lot of free content out there, guys, on how to help you get started, because many of you want to create income of your own, passive income of your own. Many of you have kids and your entire day is literally commuting. You know what I mean? And by the time you are done your day's work, you're sitting there what time do I have for myself, much less to create a business of my own, but sometimes we have to sacrifice. Okay, let me get a card around that. So we have faith, humanity, and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, and see the light in the world, okay? And what this means is have faith in yourself and your ability to think clearly right now about where it is you want to be. And I keep getting that many of you just want that lifestyle where you're at home and you're earning an income and you're able to be there for your kids more or create more for your kids. And it's not even about money, guys. I feel like for many of you, it's just about the time. It's like you just want time with your kids. But in order to have the time, we need to create that abundance for ourselves, and we need to do it as easy as possible. So that's why I'm always talking about getting onto YouTube, and you guys might hear in previous videos I've done where I will tell you guys, go and explore canva.com and get familiar with how to create digital products, and record yourselves on camera if you want to start a YouTube channel. If you are an expert at your job and you want to quit and become a consultant of your own, YouTube is a great way for you guys to get started on sharing exactly what it is and target businesses. Don't be afraid to call them up and say, hey, listen, this is my YouTube channel. I would love to work with your company sometime, work with your employees. A lot of you guys have so many transferable skills that you can use to turn into content that you can either put up for sale so that you can assist students or businesses or whatever the case is, or simply just present yourself as a brand. A lot of you are hilarious and funny, and maybe you like to sing, and maybe you like to act, or maybe you have a really busy lifestyle with your kids and you're a boss at it, and it would be so cool to record that and show it to other moms how you navigate your entire day from cooking for your kids and going off to do the things that you need to do to take care of your household. There's a lot to be experienced in our lives, and it's great to share it. And the option is there for you guys to use the online world in order to create passive income for yourselves. But it's gonna start with the weird, uncomfortable stuff and trying stuff. And yeah, just putting yourselves out there, but have faith in yourself and have faith in the world. And I've never met more supportive people on YouTube than I've met more people on YouTube who have been supportive of me than in my life, you know what I mean? So it's I have a great community here to communicate with, and many of you can have that as well. So I'll drop a few links for you guys to get started, or to just keep yourselves moving in that direction, especially if you want to create any kind of businesses online, okay? So now that we have this energy here out of the way, I feel with the Divine Masculine Collective as well that they're moving towards the feminine. I see a lot of them, let's say they live in different cities than you guys, or if they are in different countries, or even if they're in the same city with you guys, they might have a situation where they're living with someone else, or they're with someone else, and they have this whole life with someone else. And what I'm getting is that behind closed doors, a lot of that is breaking down, and it's breaking down maybe for the 10th time, and the difference is, though, I think that many of these karmic partners are realizing that they need to want better for themselves, rather than this relationship with the Divine Masculine. The energy match is just not there, and I feel many times the Divine Feminine comes up in conflict. Okay, so you guys are being talked about a lot without even knowing it, especially with your Divine Masculine, and if they have a karmic partner, there's a lot of conflict, and I feel the conflict is the true love between you guys. It's always getting in the way, and at this point it's becoming toxic. And I feel that a lot of masculines are starting to realize, if they don't fight for their happiness, if they don't fight for their peace of mind, if they don't stand up for themselves and create boundaries, even if it means removing people from their lives at this point, they're doing it because they feel very loved and supported by the Divine Feminine energy right now. And I think that's because many of you have stepped back. Okay, you guys have stepped back to show your masculine that you have faith in them. And I think that when the Divine Feminines did step back from the connection and, finally just said goodbye for now, while you walk your path, however it is you need to walk it, it really hit home for a lot of these masculines and made them feel the true love. I think her absence makes his heart grow fonder. It says this is the romance of a lifetime. And a lot of masculines are feeling that, and they really want to get to know you, divine feminines. And I think that's why many of them are just being pulled to wherever you are situated. And the difference in energy is that, like, there's a specific ending here, so I don't know whose reading this is, but the specific ending that's being created here is like, this time there's no animosity between the karmic and the divine masculine, because I think that, like, with them parting ways, it's like more of like the karmic's decision as well. In the past, it might have been like the divine masculine, but then the karmic would still linger with just, I'm here, like, you know, I'm here, I'm constantly here, like, please take me back, or I want you back, or whatever the case is. And it's like very like draining, especially when you have a connection to that person. And what I'm also seeing too is that many masculines have tried parting ways with the karmic, but when the karmic's in that energy, because they're attached to the divine masculines, like, what masculines weren't seeing was that they actually needed to create physical space between him and the karmic person, whereas before they would try to break up but still be friends, and then the karmic would agree to this just to keep them in their lives. But in hindsight, the masculine wasn't really seeing like that was all part of the plan. It's like I would rather have you in any way, shape, or form than to lose you. But that's like heavy, right? It's like the masculine started feeling like, you know what, it just feels too heavy. Like the love that you say you feel for me doesn't feel lighthearted and genuine. It feels obsessive and codependent. So that's a lot of why the karmic partners are choosing to walk away, because many of them are like, wait a second, it's been me this entire time. Like, I need to heal the way that I act in relationships, because, you know, I cannot believe that the thought of this person leaving me makes me feel like my entire world is going to crumble. So many karmics are learning, like, it's like, hey, I could just pull my socks up and dust the dirt off and, you know, carry on, move forward. So many of them are learning self-worth and value within themselves, okay? But getting to know each other, it says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So many masculines are on their way to like have these kinds of conversations with you, divine feminine. Many of them are ready to answer your questions, like if you're even interested in asking any. They're just ready to be honest and tell you what's been going on. And another message I'm getting along with that is that these masculines aren't even coming back to seek out like some kind of relationship with you or give you an offer. It's just to show up is what I'm getting. Like, I'm here, and I don't know what it means, but I'm here. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, a lot of them are feeling like a reset. You know, I feel like going back to like the Fool energy, you know, having to walk away from a situation, but this time there's nothing trying to drag you back. It's like complete freedom is what many of the masculines are feeling now. And that's why I think that many of them, they're not going to show up just in any old way, you know, divine feminines. They're not, like, it's definitely going to happen like very naturally and organically in this case. So it's like if a lot of you are expecting like your masculines to maybe message you or, you know, Instagram you, WhatsApp you, whatever, they're not really interested in doing that right now. Yeah, make the efforts coming up. And that's why they're not interested in doing that, because they know if they do that, it's going to seem like old cycles are going to repeat again. They're having to make the effort, which is like show up in a way that's true to who they are. And also, I'm hearing this from the masculine's perspective, but show up in the way that the divine feminine deserves. And they know exactly what that is, because you've already been so authentic and truthful to who it is you are, divine feminine, including having enough respect for the divine masculine to peacefully work through his own karmic situations without intervening or interjecting your energy into that. And I think many divine feminines too, like, that's just how you guys are. You know what I mean? It's like there's just no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, you, if that's where you want to be, like, you go ahead, like, you fix up, you know. And that's how I am energetically as well, guys. Like, I don't mix matters with that, you know. And that's maybe that Trini in me, you know, that Trini flavor. Like, I don't know, like my mom always told me when I was a girl, like, don't let no man ever bust no style on you, you know. So, my mom used to big us up and ting when we were little, and, she really helped to give us that sense of autonomy and independence, and have that like self-worth. It's like, and I think for many of you that's the case also, which is why a lot of your masculines had such a rude awakening when they met you, or when they came to you, and this is the thing that they have been most grateful for, Divine Feminine, is like the change. It's so cliche to say, like, turning, like, the beast into a man or whatever. Like, it's more so just like that energetic shift. It's like helping someone remember who it is they are again. That's what it is. It's not this energy of like, oh, turning him into a man or like whatever. Like, no, that's toxic stuff. The twin flames just are here to help each other, like, yeah, remember who you are, remember what you want, and go after it. And I'll be here, whatever way, shape, or form that means. I'll be here, but with boundaries, and with my autonomy in check. And so many of the masculines are embodying this as well. I think with the way the Divine Feminine too has handled the masculine's karmic situation, that's why it's ending peacefully, because if the Divine Feminine had interjected herself into that, I think it just would have been like cycles over and over again. You would have been compromising your own integrity and grace and self-respect also, Divine Feminines. And I think many of us have, like, very early on knew like that was the lesson, and we were like, okay, we will be obedient and listen to that. So yeah, they're on their way with romantic feelings. That's what they're feeling right now. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, and that's why they can't sit still in these karmic situations any longer, because their heart wants to explore. Their heart wants to be free to make that decision to go after this great love that they're feeling. It's the twin flame love. When you feel it, you have to be on this journey to really understand what that's like, to really know that, whatever you guys are going through, no matter how bad or how toxic or how crazy and absurd it might seem to anybody who's not on a twin flame journey, you guys know on an intuitive level that this is my path, and I know and I can foresee the lesson that it's trying to teach me, and I will accept it with grace. And a lot of you have walked through the fire and you've risen again each and every time. And, going back to the Keepers of the Light deck here, if we apply this to your journey, that's that psychic insight, that intuition that you guys have had about your counterpart for the entire time. And no matter how many push and pull cycles you go through, no matter how many karmic partners you guys decide to go back to and come out of, and on a spiritual level, this love isn't going anywhere. It's helping you guys in ways that is so beneficial to just your experience here. So a lot of you will find that like your counterparts are always there, and it ends up leading you right back to them anyway. And a lot of karmic partners are seeing this as well. Okay, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading and that it resonates. Take care, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, take care, guys. Bye.